Hey class, can you believe it? We are here at week 10. Thank you all for participating in this course. And so with this last week, I just wanted to go over the expectations for this final. So let me just share my screen. So first, I'm just gonna review the final project. So this is a consolidation of all your grief and loss projects and things and assignments that you've put together so far to compile them into one resource that you'll be able to utilize in your future. So a lot of these projects are from your previous assignments. And so consider the feedback that I have provided, and update them as you incorporate them into your final project. You can It says you can literally copy and paste it. I wanted to go over a couple ways you can do that. Um, so these ideas, the language, the examples that you've made, a lot of the resources, information about culture, all of those things could be helpful for you in the future. So throughout your time as a student, eventually your time as an intern, you can save and collect those things, and they can be utilized in the future. It all kind of builds on each other as you're creating and developing your own philosophy and your own practice. Um, so you can be creative, and you can format it all into Word, or it can be into PowerPoint or Google Slides. However, um, you are graded on the content and the APA formatting and all of that. So as long as you are meeting all those expectations of the individual assignments and taking the feedback and applying the feedback accordingly, um, this could be potentially a fairly easy assignment, especially if you have been following along and submitting all the work accordingly. Um, this should be submitted as one document, preferably PDF. It could be a Microsoft Word document, um, but it should not be like multiple documents. It shouldn't be a zip file, um, and it should not be in links. So, let me just go over those content portions. So it should have a title page, um, and for design, you could incorporate a um, table of contents, but I would not gonna grade you on that. Um, so then the first one is your personal philosophy on working with grieving children. So this is like now at the end of the class here. Write a one-page description of your views and beliefs of working with children and families through grief and loss. This is your personal view, and you should use concepts learned from the course, but it should be your perspective in your own original language. If you refer to anything such as theory or anything that has come up or anything that I've said, please cite it appropriately. However, the point is to understand your perspective. So you don't have to say anything because you don't have to reference anything. Then you will put in your grief communication consideration assignment. You will put your developmental considerations. You will put your cultural assignment you did, the grief and loss interventions assignment, your grief resources assignment, and then you will consolidate all your references. So the references shouldn't be scheduled throughout after each individual assignment. They should be consolidated in alphabetical order all at the end. Um, so I do want to show you a couple things. So here is my lecture from week 1, and we've got my lecture from week 9. So there's a couple ways. Because you all have a lot of assignments, some of them are on like a PowerPoint, or maybe you've created the slideshow on another platform, but they're slides, or you have some mixed with papers. So how are you going to combine them? You could take the paper and apply them to a PowerPoint, or you could take the PowerPoint and put them onto a Word document. So I was just playing with it before I got on here. So if you have a blank one here, and let's say I want to combine slides, I can copy an individual slide, and then I can paste it here. excuse me, that grabbed my other one from the other one, but I can go Control or Command All on a Mac, Control All, and then copy, and then I can paste, and I pasted all of my slides. And then sometimes this messes up a little bit of the formatting. You can decide how you want to do this. I have seen some students that have submitted this project by creating one uniform design. But if you don't do that and it's designed by portion based on the assignment, that's fine. Just make sure it starts off with like a title about what are we switching into, as if it's sections, right? So if you got to this section, it's my lecture on week 9. When you get here and you have them combined, you should make a clear slide that says week 9. So that's one way. Another thing you can do is if you're going to put them on Microsoft Word, you can screenshot. So if I take a screenshot of week 1 here, right? Then if I go to Microsoft and I paste it, now I could probably fit maybe 2 slides per page. 2 slides, and then insert page break. So that way it goes on to the next page. Okay. So these are just some ideas of how you can do it. I want to try to make it as easy as possible. If you have any questions or things that you need some support with, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. But I do want to make sure that you all remember that when it comes to your references, you really need to combine them and put them in alphabetical order. And also, I do want to see them put into hanging. That's been one of the challenges for a lot of the submissions. So if I select it all, if I go to paragraph, it should be hanging. Okay. All right. That is everything I wanted to discuss for this project. I'm gonna stop sharing. Um, It's been great to have you all in the class. I look forward to continuing and seeing your discussions on the discussion board and your projects come through. But please reach out if you need anything. All right. Bye-bye.